Okay. Okay, good. Seems to work. Cool. All right, guys. Yes, like I was just saying, I've got the levels on the chart for the 30-minute 8 a.m. candle, high and low, and then measured moves up and down, Fibonacci levels. And now it's a matter of seeing if there's anything setting up for the open. And already, a couple of things are jumping out. The SPY is very interesting. I like that it's been positive and it's finding firm resistance. It's not rejecting it, as in it's not pushed down tremendously. It's really just hitting its head on it, which tells me it's likely to break out. Consolidation to a breakout. Let's have a look in the 1 minute. Yeah, you can see it. It's getting there, a bit of a breakout, push down, but again pushing upwards. So it's in this area. It's not genuinely weak, not yet, but let's have a look. I'd like it to look even better. Like this consolidation here between 8 and 8:30, this area was really good setup for the breakout. It's not as good now. But let's see. It could be good. We still have some time to the open. I'm looking around to see what else is good. The 30-minute here though is really good on the SPY. The 1 is okay. Oh no. We have Meta as well. Same thing. Look at that. Keeps hitting itself up there. Now it's even breaking out. Let's see the 1 minute. Yeah, look at this consolidation. Bit of an ascending wedge. Then the breakout happened about 10 minutes ago. And let's see that retest happened. Now, as you saw yesterday and a few previous days, I've attempted to trade Meta in different ways, as in not using Fibonacci levels, and you saw that it's tricky. So after that little playful experiment, what I'm going to do with Meta is I'm going to just stick to what I'm doing here with everything else, using these levels, but I'll do what I've been doing with Apple more recently, which is if I'm observing the price action on Meta on the 1 minute, when it opens and it starts to move aggressively and fast and it's blowing through levels every couple of minutes, is going through another level, then I'll skip 1 or 2 levels. I'll just go for the next one. Don't worry about this one. Maybe I'll just add on this one and continue the move. I've been doing that with some of these other trades. And they work. I think that's tricky. I think it's very subjective. You know, you're trying to match the move with the size of the candle. Tricky. So if you're gonna try this stuff, just be aware of that. It's very, very subjective. But I think Meta needs to be done that way. I'm not gonna go mess around with the strategy and attempting 2 different strategies on the same day. It's usually when you start messing up and confusing yourself. And I found yesterday difficult when I tried it. Right, and I've done it before, even last week. I found Meta really hard the last couple of weeks. So I decided I'll just go back to what I know best, which is keeping it simple. So stick to one strategy. That's the simplicity of it. Let's see, Amazon is interesting too. Look at that again. Consolidated nicely. It looks like the breakout's happening. We're going to the 1 minute fractal pattern stuff. You can see consolidation, breakout, here a bit of a retest with a higher low. That's a good one. Off it goes. It could even just retest here. What is this, 204.40 and go, or come back at the open. It jumps around, so it might come back to 204.10 and go. That's a good setup. What else we have? Microsoft looks interesting. Get to the 30-minute. Same idea, consolidating. So again, everything's sitting at just about resistance. You can see this action. It's hard to even see anything on Microsoft. Everything looks like it's looking positive. So I have Meta, Amazon, SPY. Nothing else. Nothing else makes sense. NVIDIA and Tesla?
Yes.
Did you just buy a Cybertruck or something?
No, I didn't buy anything.
No? They're like breaking down everywhere.
Yeah, we all did.
Everyone bought a freaking Cybertruck. You know what I saw? I saw a really good picture the other day here in Dubai. Some guy went to the desert, got a Cybertruck stuck, and all the other Jeeps and stuff were all around. Like, why bother? Just leave the damn thing and go. Just leave it there. It's a pretty funny picture. And it's true because the damn thing is so heavy when you're off-roading on soft sand.
Yeah, it's too big and heavy.
It's the weight. It's tires, no matter how far you deflate, they can't support the weight. Anyways, Tesla's a mess. I don't know what to tell you about Tesla. It's in this zone on the 8 a.m. candle. Firm resistance.
It's going to 300.
300, okay. If it breaks out, for now, I don't see a setup. Nothing there, but
just wait for it to hit 275 and then 300.
Yeah. Pull back and go.
That's the trade.
You know, Yeah, that makes sense. So yesterday Tesla was a great setup. ABCD, you got the resistance top of the 8 a.m. candle and straight just break right through it. I don't see that now. It could come true later. For now, for the open, I don't see anything on Tesla that makes sense. And here's an important point, guys. Look at NVIDIA at the open. Fractal patterns. I love fractal patterns. This is one of the key reasons why I love them, is that it keeps me out of dirty price action, really dirty, like day traders graveyard stuff. Look at where it is. Within the 8 a.m. candle, it is a disaster. And what this is telling me, as long as it's going to be in here, it's going to be a disaster. Fractal patterns, like what you see in a bigger picture, you'll expect to see it on the smaller picture. Then you have something you can rely on. And what you can rely on here is that it's going to be choppy between this 8 a.m. zone. And then if it happens to break out up or down, then take a look at that point in time. But for now, this is a disaster. Same thing with AMD. I would not mess around with this. It's not worth it. Tesla is very similar. So
What do you think about Apple?
Apple is so-so, not as good as the others. Again, you can see it's done breakout, perhaps a retest to go, but I don't see a 30-minute chart, good consolidation right below the breakout. You could consider it down here, but this is a mess. I don't even know what to tell you about what's going on here. Where was this? Went up, went down, went up, went down. I don't know. Right now it's just going up, but I don't call this a breakout because for me, a breakout has to happen after a consolidation on a 30-minute chart. Then you get the good ones, the ones you can rely on. So
Good.
Apple, yeah, no setup. Just leave it alone. So yeah, that's it for now. We have SPY, Meta, Amazon. That's enough. 3 is enough. 2 is usually, man. 1 is plenty. Selling me like AMD. Okay, man. Hey, I'm not following you into a graveyard. No.
Sorry, Avi, I had to step away. Did you address Google? How do you like Google?
Yeah, there's not much going on Google. Better than the likes of NVIDIA, but again, it's hit the level. It's pushed down, and it's really pushed down. So far, it's telling me that level, the sellers are there at about 169. I like it to really sit and keep hitting itself on that level aggressively, not really getting pushed down. When that happens, then you can see that it's just consolidating. It's not getting sold. Compare this Google chart to the SPY chart. You see that? It's not really getting pushed down, just a little bit, but man, it just keeps punching up there all the time. So this is a really good setup for a breakout. Likely to happen on a 30-minute time frame.
So on Google, if it breaks the 169, what does it say that it's a breakout? Just the breakout of this 169?
I would be careful just trading the breakout. I'd let it break out, then come back and retest, and then I'll take the retest. Because
Okay.
they're still telling me they're selling at 169. I need to know that the buyers have overpowered the sellers, overcome these wicks. A new high would tell you that. But then let's confirm that new high. Just a new high could be a fake out, right? Come back in. Wait for it to retest this previous resistance, turning resistance into support. Those are the best levels. It could happen. Could happen later. I don't see it happening at the open. Could happen at the open too. But yeah. Just gotta go with the highest conviction setups. And again, if you don't see a setup before the open, you don't have to have a trade at the open, right? So far, I'm seeing 3. If the market opened right now, I'd have 3 opportunities 3 tickers to look at. I'll probably narrow it down. I think it's going to be Meta and SPY. Amazon's okay. Amazon's good, better than all the others, but Meta and SPY look the best. All right, so that's what we've got. Let's see what we have here. Cool. About 5 minutes to go, guys. Here we go. Now we get some activity. Let's look at Meta. Meta's actually already broken out. That's where it becomes more interesting. If it bounces this 626 zone, I'll be going long. The SPY is very similar. So I like Meta. Oh crap. It's not nice when I like Meta. Just jumpy. You saw yesterday how tough that was, but yesterday was not unusual on Meta. It's always been that way. You just gotta find a way. What happened? Was there news out today, guys? Anyone seen the calendar? I better have a look. Is there anything coming out later after the open that could be impacted?
Home sales at 10 a.m.
There we go. Yes, I see home sales for February at 10 a.m. Okay, cool. Thank you. So that could make things jump around a bit. Something to just keep in mind, especially if you're trading the SPY. I never bother with these news events. It's only when I'm watching the SPY that it matters. But it makes other things jump around too, but really not in a way that I can rely on. So I just ignore it and keep to my stops. Let's see, 10 a.m. Can be fun.
There's home sales and consumer confidence as well.
Is that at 10? Both at 10?
Both at 10, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Richmond Fed revenues. Okay, I don't see the consumer confidence. Anyways, cool. Oh, there it is. Yeah, 10 a.m. I see it. All right, we should have some fun with this. So why is everything gapping up today? Anticipating good numbers, less tariffs. I don't know what. All right, so you see the thing on Meta, you see the level, the distance between levels is not truly a lot. We know how Meta moves, I don't know how anything moves at the open, it jumps through. So if I happen to catch, let's say, a long down here at 626, the 630 zone would be a target for partials. I'll call that a de-risking zone. Once it gets up there, I'll de-risk it and then see if I can catch a further move continued up. Just because I just know these levels are very tricky on Meta. It tends to move more than these levels. Of course, you have to gauge it. Like today, these levels are wider than yesterday was, or most days, like this day, a couple days ago. So you really got to gauge it. Again, live price action is always the most telling factor. There we go. So we have the 631, then we have 636-ish. For this breakout. That's a good breakout. You can see it broke out through yesterday's high, breakout through pre-market. It's all looking interesting. Now we have about 2 minutes to go. The SPY is not looking interesting anymore. I mean, this, real quick, guys, the SPY, let me show you what I see here. On the 30-minute, it's still interesting. It keeps bumping its head there. But just now, leading into the open, it's losing it. And on the 1 minute, it's not looking good. This after, especially this last move, last couple of minutes, this is a lower high. You can confirm that lower high. So this is not a setup for a breakout. If anything, it's a setup for a reversal. So the SPY is going to be off my list for the open. So for now, I have Meta. Amazon's going the other way. Google's actually becoming interesting. Here we go. Now it's getting interesting. Now it's back up to there. Did make the new high. It did overpower those sellers for a moment. Let's see on the 1 minute. If it truly keeps bouncing off there, that could be good. All right, there we go. 1 minute to go. I'm going to watch Google and Meta. There we go. I think Meta's going to be the big one. Well, the early one. So I'm going to load up on Meta. You can never really tell. You just got to, I mean, that's a guess. Whatever comes through, if I can catch it, I'll catch it. Got Meta, out of the money, 630 contracts, and Google. 2 things to watch. Key thing, wait for your confirmations. Wait for your trades. For me, the trade here, the confirmation would be, it has to truly bounce off the breakout area, which is about 626. 1, 2, 3 bounces, something like that. I want to see it really aggressive. Worth putting risk on. If it's not worth it, don't risk it. Google's the same thing. It's almost the same setup. So that's good. Google did the breakout a few minutes after we discussed it. A few seconds to go, guys. Stick to your trade book. The market is a gold mine. Okay, $7 contracts. Yeah, this thing is jumpy, 627. Getting long here on Meta. Long quite heavy. And let's see what happens this time. 626. If that drops 626, I won't be so interested in holding this. There it is. There's the buyer at 626. You see it? And nope, just made a new low. That was not very nice. And a deeper low a second ago. Super jumpy. Somebody watch Google, please. I'm not watching. I can't watch 2 things. Just because Meta Made the big jump. Again, I got the bad fill as I did yesterday, which is still haven't figured this stuff out. Anyways, I'll be out of here quickly if I don't want to go. If I want to go, great. The fill is terrible though. Don't know what to do with this thing. I should put a stop in place. I'm going to try and put a stop in fairly quickly. I just need it to move a bit in my favor. Somebody catch Google. This thing is just ripping. Guess I watched the wrong one for now. 6.5. I'm going to put the stop in because this is too freakish. All right. Google. There we go. Now we'll have a look. This might give us a second opportunity to get long. 170. Whoa, yeah. I like the look of Google. It's much cheaper. So I'm long Google here, 350 contracts. Is that correct? Yeah. 40-cent stop or something like that. It's good enough. Okay. Where's the stop? It should be down here. 130-ish. Okay, so into good size positions. Both of them pretty heavy. So both of them I'd like to de-risk as it moves. Otherwise, take the stop. There's only two ways these things go. All right, I've put stops in place. That's always a good thing. Always a good feeling when you put stops in place. That means you can take your eyes off it and you watch it later. It's so funny when I end up watching it and I hit the stop myself. Sometimes I wonder, should I stop? Should I not? It's all stressful. Just put it in place and forget about it. That, at least for me, psychologically, it's a simpler game to play. Yeah. And once it starts to move, if it goes, then it's good. So Google made a new high. That's good. Meta struggling with the new high. You guys gotta watch this on Meta. This is so wild. See that the top there, 629. That's the resistance in the pre-market. It's struggling right there right now. That's just a 1-minute chart. On a 30-minute perspective, it's breaking out. It's broken out. This is just a retest. So that's really the trade I'm on. Let's see. Again, the market can do whatever it wants, and you never know. What did the SPY end up doing? Nothing. Yeah, Google and Meta are much better. I'm watching the SPY. There goes Meta. Yes, no, come on. Again, the fill was terrible. Again, the risk to reward is horrific. Same problem as yesterday. Got it in the first minute, near the top of the first candle. I still haven't nailed this down. Well, 2 days in a row now. Tesla, oof, that dropped. Google getting very messy. Meta is messy. Google's getting worse. But again, 30-minute. The 30-minute structure is still in place. That's what I'm looking for. What I'm just really verifying now is just continuously making sure that it stops in the right place. Don't want to. I hate to move, but basically on Google, it's below the open, below all the action so far. Same on Meta. It hangs around there too long. Eventually, it's going to hit that stop. But let's see. All right. Who caught something so far? I haven't seen anything really fun. I'm just in these two. AMD looking strong. We have Meta and Google super choppy. We have the SPY super choppy looking weak. Tesla dropped. Wow, Tesla. Look at that ORB stuff on Tesla, man. You guys like this? Look at Tesla. 1 minute ORB going down. Nassim, you in that? 575? 275 Tesla. And then for 300.
I will be soon.
You're gonna swing trade that. This is a great piece of action here in Tesla. I mean, look at this. Like 1 minute ORBs, reverse ABCD, and it's all there. Also, probably just retesting the low of the first minute candle. Actually, already did. Look at that. Just wow, super bearish, super weak. Just let this run. Yeah, everything's bearish compared to what I noticed up at the open. I'm trying to watch if there's a bearish setup anywhere. There's nothing I would go bearish on, as in put a risk on. Okay, Meta should stop me out. Well, it's close. It got close. Oh, it made a new low. It didn't get me. That's amazing. It hasn't got me yet. I really thought it would have. 625. Okay. Well, the stop is there where it needs to be. Google as well. The stop is where it needs to be. Either gets me or it doesn't. I'll pay attention to it if it goes in my favor. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of bearish activity all across the market, even though most things in my view were set up bullish before the open. But that's just now. All right, there we go. Finally got the stop on Meta. Good. Now we'll pay attention to Google. So yeah, it's still sitting there. Still sitting there. It's refusing to go anywhere. Well, actually, it's more bullish than bearish just because of the. Oh, hold on. What's going on here? Okay. I've added in on Google here, and I'm going to tighten the stop. This is interesting. I want it to be just below this big white candle that just occurred. What I noticed was the higher lows, and then the aggressive buying, and then the new high just a moment ago. It's very difficult price action, I think, but the recipe is there. So now I've actually upscaled this to a lot of risk. This is odd. I'm buying call options and going heavy when the market's going down. This is just wrong. Everything's wrong. Wow, look at Meta go the other way. That's why you have stops in place, right? You guys want to look at this chart? See this on Meta? Put a stop in place. You let it run against you. Whew, you blow up an account. That should always be the first order of business. Don't blow up an account. Okay, ORBs to the downside are what I'm interested in. Not ORBs, sorry, breakouts on 30-minute charts. I don't see anything. Just because it's bearish, I'm thinking it should be. I don't see a setup. I just don't see a setup. Google setup is there. I mean, I'm in it, and as long as it holds, okay, I'll stay in it. Otherwise, we'll find out. AMD has my attention. Look at that, very bullish. Someone catch that? So AMD possibly, if it breaks through 115, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. There's a potential for long on it. Let's see. AMD, long 115, 116. Yeah. Okay. Gotta wait and see. Amazon did the breakout. Oh man. Amazon, seriously. Guys, Meta's still in a good place as if for a long. It's a tricky one. Bounce off yesterday's high. It's a level. It's a tough one. I hardly trade these ones anymore. AMD. Whoa, Apple. Who caught Apple? Somebody catch that. And it ripped. Microsoft also getting there. Whoa, okay. So a lot of bullish stuff. Oh, Google should get me now. I put on a big one on this. There we go, good. All right, got the stops. Now we can focus on other opportunities. AMD, but no, Microsoft is better. Microsoft. Damn, I should get long on Microsoft.
Avi, check
Yeah.
your Google why it's not stopped out like Steve. Still going down.
It's not, thanks. Just sell all. It's just liquidity. There you go. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, anyways.
I should check that. Thanks, man. That's happened to me before, and I look at it later. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, I didn't wanna.
Yeah. Thanks for the heads up.
No worries.
That's the problem with options, man. These liquidity issues. I might have to move to futures at some point. These sizes are getting a little problematic sometimes. All right, Apple or Microsoft? Damn, I can't tell. The truth is, Apple's done the breakout. Apple's doing the retest more than Microsoft. Microsoft's sitting at resistance. But the retest is not complete on. Yeah. Okay, nothing right now. I don't see a setup. I just can't see it. Everything looked bullish for a moment, and now it's not. Meta is, again, 30-minute fractal pattern stuff. It's right there. It's in a good spot. This is what I used to trade a year ago. Very simple trade, really. It's just a breakout of what already happened before the market opens. It could be really fun. I'll show you guys this in a moment. Where is it? There you go. See that consolidation? Breakout, we were talking about it in the pre-market. It's happening there. See the wicks. Oh man, I like the look of this. I really like the look of this. This is fun. 625 contracts. We can go with $1 stops. 50, 100 contracts on that. That's again another heavy size. And the fun is to really rip this all the way through to the upside. Let's get heavier just because it's fun. And yeah, these setups are great. It's been a while since I took one of these, but again, I'll show you it's the same thing. It's not any different than any of the other stuff. Let's put a stop down below the action. You can think of it as a reversal, but what I'm really seeing is yesterday's action consolidated basically. Then the breakout happened. This is a retest of that breakout. I was trading a smaller breakout earlier. Now I'm targeting a bigger one to continue through. So let's see. Again, still bullish, not looking at bearish activity at all, because I don't see any bearish setups, even though the market is generally bearish. Apple's going to go up, I feel. I'm going to have to get on Apple. 1, 2, 3. This is a 50 cents. Oh, man, what do I do with Apple? Yeah, Apple's looking like fun. I'm just gonna be a little careful on this. Okay, let's get the sizing right. Sizing has been a bit of an issue. I can't get it right. Okay, Apple, I'm long here and I'm going through the next level. This one level ahead is just irrelevant. Stop in place. 175. Yeah, okay, so Apple's good. Meta's good. I'm just gonna let these run. Meta, I'm looking for 630 and up, so that's still a way to go. Apple going through that level. I should zoom in on this and get this right. I want to get the next level up. Again, watching candle sizes. I'm looking at 223 or so in that zone on Apple. I'm looking on Meta. Oh, Meta, I can add here. Shall we add here on Meta? This looks like fun.
What are you going to add on Apple, or are you're going to take off on Apple?
I might add. It's if the 1 minute behaves nicely. Crap. I'm trying to watch two things now. I'm getting confused. Meta is. Damn, if you move the stop on Meta, where do you move it to? That's the tricky part. Apple is far more interesting for an ad. Yeah, I can add. I can go really bigger, much bigger on Apple. Okay, there you go. Apple is much bigger now. Got to put it below the other bar. So the tricky part about adding again, guys, you gotta tighten your stops. Otherwise, you're in trouble. Otherwise, you're basically putting on risk unnecessarily. The stop now has to be somewhere about here, below these candles. And again, as you know, stops with options are just complicated things. Shit, someone catch Microsoft, please. I have to catch this. I want to catch it. This is the thing about a trade book. I mean, my trade book. It's very aggressive. If the trade is there, setup is there, I have to take it irrelevant of P&L or market conditions. It means the setup is there, you must trade. Must take the trade. Okay, so Meta is a no-go with the ad because it didn't hold that support. Just basically retested where it broke out from earlier. So breakdown, retest. So far, it's looking bearish. Microsoft is a possibility. Let's look at it. So very nice setup. Consolidation breakout. Let's see if the retest holds. 395 is just in the money. Or just. Man. Whoa, what happened to this market? What happened here? Everything crashed. All right. Who tweeted something? Somebody? Patterns are broken. All right. Somebody catch something bearish. Seriously, Tesla. The SPY. Ooh. Did Apple get me? Almost. Apple almost got me. It's right there. It's close to the stop. That is okay. This is going to bounce the other way. Watch. I'm going to have to catch Microsoft. That's the one for me. $3.30. And come on. Something just popped. And this is normally, it pops the other way once this happens. I'm watching Microsoft for finding that area of support. If it truly finds that buyer, pop down very quick. If it pops up again, there it is. I think there's a long in this. Yes. Okay, I'm going to go with a 50-cent stop on this one. Oh, there we go. I'm all out of buying power. Ugh, I can only take 50 contracts. What else can I take? Nope, nothing. 90. I can take 90. Okay, 90 is okay. 2.85 or so. All right. So all these long positions are in place, and now my hands are tight because I'm fully invested, and I can't do anything with these positions until they get to a target. They either stop out or go. There's nothing to do. The most worrying one is still Meta. Well, Meta's always the worrying one. Apple and Microsoft, I think they're okay. So there we go. So you see this on Microsoft, you have, even if you don't have these levels, you can see the opening range, great big mess, finally the breakout, retest, off you go. Apple, same thing. You can see the opening range. Great Big Macs finally broke out. Finally, a retest and retest the second time, and off it goes. Meta, oddly enough, same thing. Opening range, breakdown, retest. And I'm thinking it's a failed retest because I'm trading a much bigger perspective. I'm thinking on Meta, the retest down here of the breakout that happened at 7 a.m. I tried the higher one, didn't go. This one's the one that I'm targeting. Well, in now. And
Man, Tesla's still dropping.
what's going on?
I said Tesla, man. I miss Tesla dropping.
Yeah. Tesla was, it was a good drop at the open, that ORB 1 minute stuff. The second drop that happened, 3 minutes ago, everything dropped. Something happened. The market broke. Somebody tweeted something. That's why you have stops in place.
Yeah.
So always have stops. You can stop out 20 times. It's okay as long as you don't blow up an account. That's why if you don't put stops, you blow up an account. And then, like we found out today, if you're doing something like this with options, liquidity becomes a problem. Make sure you check the position. I should have checked it. Thanks for that. It was Jacob. Thanks for checking that.
No worries. Yeah, I didn't want to, make bigger problems.
That's cool, man. Hey, power of the community, man. That's the thing. Got more eyes on
Yeah,
it.
it's like
It's easy.
big size, 658 contracts in the opposite direction. I'm like, no.
Was that Google? I think it was Google.
Yeah, it's Google. Yeah,
You
Google.
can see the liquidity was a mess. Oddly enough, it'd be looking pretty right now. Looking better right now. Oh, pretty bit better. Let's see what happened to Google. So Google, I tried to catch the breakout down here.
It's still downtrend.
Now this is no fun. It doesn't want to do anything. Let it be. These things. Yeah, I just watch what you're doing, guys. Very important. Okay, so I mean it's a really messed up kind of market, man. Don't know what the hell it wants. I can't read anything right now. On a 1 minute chart, I'm in these long positions, but I can't. Nothing is behaving as patterns would behave if they're good patterns. So just let it be. Things might pop in your favor, might not. For
That's
now,
going for that. That's going for the cans too today. Nothing's responding.
Yeah.
So within play.
Same problem, yeah. But I think Tesla is the only pattern that looks really great. If you guys were playing with Tesla, I didn't have a trade on Tesla or a setup on Tesla, but man, look at this. Straight down on a 30-minute candlestick, but I don't see a 30-minute setup. But on the 1 minute, look at this thing. It's just wonderful. Reverse ABCDs all day. What else do you want with this, So Meta's failing its retest now, which is bullish. You can just play guessing games with Meta all day. Nvidia did a breakdown. Who caught Nvidia? Nvidia, yeah. Look at that. Low daybreak just happened. Again, tricky. I don't know how you would catch this. How would you trade this? You have the ORB in the first 3 minutes, retest and push. That would be the trade, but that's if you're trading 1 minute stuff. Oh man, everything wants to go down again. There is a strategy. If you stop out 3 times in one direction, just short everything else, or go the other way in everything else. Law of averages works out. Okay. That's more like playing roulette. Again, Microsoft is the most encouraging, at least for the positions I'm in, because, let me see, on the 1 minute chart, you see that it's not truly pushing down. Apple's also similar. Apple's not so encouraging. And Meta, I don't know. Meta's just a guess. But here, this is good. This low was very good after whatever that pop was. Then it popped above, and it's still holding above that low. So that makes it really fun as far as looking at having buyers in the game. AMD is also interesting at the bottom there. I don't know what it wants though. Apple should stop me out here momentarily. I don't know why it hasn't. Yeah, there it is. Wow, we got very close. There it is. I added in on this one. Yeah. All right. Tesla reverse. Gosh. The SPY was amazing too. As far as price action is concerned on the SPY, you see how this was pretty well behaved patterns. Again, 30-minute. I don't have anything to trade here. I don't see any setup. Nothing. Maybe a breakdown later on. Nothing to trade. All right. So sitting and waiting for these positions to move. Again, guys, if you're trading options, this is the hard part. At least they're not 0 DTE options today, so it's not so difficult. But as long as the price doesn't go anywhere, the options decay. The value of the options decay. So that's when you gotta kind of watch the time. How long are you in this before it goes? How long can you afford to wait before it goes, if it goes? Meta's telling me two different things. Apple's telling me nothing. Microsoft's going to sit there for 30 minutes before it goes, as it always does. The SPY found good buyers. Ooh, let's see. So I'm curious about the SPY because it's been weak, but let's see what we have here. Well, this is not unusual price action. I did this earlier as well. So. I can't see anything on it. I can't tell you that this is
SPY's bouncing from yesterday's close.
Yeah, yesterday's close, and you have an intermediate kind of level yesterday, so that could be an area of interest. I don't know. Again, I won't open a trade here. I'll wait for a level. I want to take a SPY at some point. I have to get out of these positions to have enough buying power to take anything else. These are all three positions which became fully invested. I think, which one's a small one? I think Microsoft is a small one. Yeah, Microsoft, I didn't get enough contracts as I'd like to, but it's okay. Let's see if we can liquidate one of the others and then get it. And even Meta, oddly enough, I would like to add in. Let's see, look at Meta. Meta, where did it go? This is Meta, yeah. Meta. These lows are getting higher, which is encouraging with the flat top, that's whole setup. It's encouraging to move the stop in and start de-risking it. But let the breakout truly happen. Otherwise, you're just setting yourself up for a stop. It's a bit premature right now to de-risk. Still gotta wait. Oh man. You can start to see the sunset now a little bit. These clouds are all over the place. Oh. There we go, Meta. Are we moving? Yes, no? Let's see if it makes a new high in this zone, 627. There it is. There's the new one. There we go. Slow. It's behaving like the SPY normally behaves. But there you go. Yep, SPY bounced off yesterday's close, also an intermediate level yesterday. Now we're getting some genuinely bullish activity that we haven't had in the last 10 minutes. There you go. Behavior has changed. Now I can tighten the stop. I'll bring it to about 623 now in Meta, which is in this zone. There we go. De-risk that position. Well, not de-risk, lessen the risk. Apple is getting more interesting as well. I might want to try to find a way to de-risk or tighten up Apple. Need a new high. This is a good setup for a breakout. Let's see if it truly comes true. New high, above high of day. That would be fun for Apple. Meta's still rolling up slowly. High of day. 630 is an intermediate target or initial target. Microsoft, that thing will go. Actually, Microsoft might be a better opportunity to start removing the risk. So the stop is down here on Microsoft, but then it's made a higher low. It's pushing up. Yeah, I'm going to tighten up a little bit. Can't be too aggressive here. Just a touch, and then I'll keep an eye on it. Again, everything right now that I'm doing is I'm trying to minimize risk. It's not a matter of profit taking. Apple is the one that's troublesome at the moment. It really needs to make a breakout, a new high, break high of day. Then I can tighten the stop. Where is it? Apple right there. Yeah, it's still below that area. It should be higher. But the setup, again, the pattern setup is really good on Apple. It's really, really good. It's getting better. Who caught the reversal on SPY? This is great. Whoa, look at Meta. Whoa. Shit. Okay, we're getting into a profit target area. I have to pay attention to Meta. I can't sit here and de-risk Apple. There you go. 630 is my target area zone. Just get rid of a lot of this position. Where's my level? It's further up. It's just above 630. So there's probably liquidity there as well. Come on, let's push.
You're awful quiet, Nathan.
What's happened with the level 2, Nathan? Or the bookmap stuff? Where's he at? Where's
It's
he at?
now it looks good. Big order at 630.
Yeah.
Orders coming on higher. The ladder higher at 635 looks really good.
Nice. Okay.
So
I
it's
have
pretty
eight.
void. Pretty
Nice.
void below. So
Let's roll this up.
I think you're good to definitely 630.
Cool. So it's very, very close, hardly $1. And my stop now is break even. So it's a risk-free trade now.
Yeah, I've been looking at Apple too.
Yeah, Apple's moving. I'm gonna do now I can tighten up Apple. It's not exactly a new high, but the pattern's so good. Meta is now it's getting into the profit area. I might take off that 3/4 this position, this damn thing. All right, that's enough. Let's get out of here. There we go. Getting out a lot of this position.
Apple made a new high.
Yep, I'm in that. Watching that sucker go. Break even on Meta. Wait, Meta? What am I doing here? Okay, now I'm gonna really bring it back, and I will reload Meta later. This also frees up buying power for another trade. I've got de-risked on Apple. Well, not de-risked, but less risk. Can't believe I got in at the high. What kind of silly entry was that on Apple? It was a silly one. Really, that was that. Anyways, okay, so Meta's good. Meta worked so far. No risk on it. Apple is the one I want to focus on. Yeah, it made a new high, even though it's got a wick there, but it's made a new high. That is a key point. Now, how much do we add in? I want to go for, oh gosh, 223 and above on Apple. Yeah, time to really get heavy on this. You see this breakout retest almost precisely at the level previously, and this is a good setup. So I like the whole look of this. My break even is 235, so it's right just at break even now. Adding here, it adds risk.
News in 2 minutes.
Oh, perfect. Watch this whole thing go up. 2 minutes. Thanks for the update. Good. The SPY is where it's going to jump, I bet. Shall we add? Gosh, how do you add on Apple? All right, let's add. Let's see if we can get up to 1,000 contracts with liquidity issues. There we go. We got 1,000 contracts again. Fantastic. I like it when that happens. All right, let's bring the stop in about 215. And if it stops, it's a stop with the news. Otherwise, it just goes the other way. I have no idea what the news will do. 215, so it's right below the consolidation area. I've got Microsoft. I really got to pay attention to this because it's not going. It's just messy. Microsoft's such a joke. I'll bring it in tighter a bit. And Meta is, yeah, just like that. Okay, now we wait. I think I'll keep a finger on the trigger on Apple as it goes through 230. Was it 223.36 is the precise level I've got. Let's get up to this 223 zone, and then we have something to talk about. Meta looks so good, man. Breakout retest. Should add, really should add. But it's yeah, just wait for this news. I'm gonna pay attention to Apple because that's the heavy position, and let the news come and go. And then if Meta's still in the game and I'm still in it, then I'll find a way to add in. So Apple, yeah, there's a lot of risk on Apple. It's massive. It's as big as any of the other trades I took earlier. Just gotta keep a finger on the trigger. I don't want liquidity issues again. The pattern is so good, so good. 3 seconds to the news. Break. There we go. 223. Let's see this news really push. Where are we going? Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Okay. I'm de-risking. This is a matter of de-risking, man. Jeez. And look at that. The liquidity is just not. Can't even get out properly. You see the pop? You see the action? Jeez. Oh, that scares the heck out of me. There we go. Now I'm at break even on Apple. It's probably gonna stop me out. This is a messy thing. Because it popped. What I saw on Apple, really, it just popped 223, but It happened so fast. It can easily go back the other way so fast. You can see that there. Okay, now I've got Microsoft, which is the tough one. Shit. There it is. Okay, it didn't get me so far. And I really got to tighten it up. It shouldn't be here. Meta is not going to get me yet. Meta's just, look, Meta B. Come on. I might stop Microsoft because this is terrible action right now. It was a breakout, but then it's just not going anywhere. I'll happily stop out if it breaks these tweezer bottoms here, which is, there it is. Yeah, I'm out of here. Come on, stop. There it is. Okay, good. Took the stop out on Meta. Oh, sorry, Microsoft. I've only got one position left. Yeah, Apple got me 2 on Meta. So we'll focus on that. Whoa. There it is. Got the entry down below. Got the target. Look, that was pretty cool. Close to 630. Yeah, now it's gonna get me. Got a bit of room on this. All right, sit and wait. Don't know what's gonna do. Man, Apple got scary. Whoa. That's the stuff you want to be careful of. If it goes quickly in one direction and you're in your favor, it pops the other way quickly, and you know there's news. Watch The Spy. If you guys are watching The Spy, probably did the same thing. Oof. Well, this has been an entertaining day. Oh, AMD wants to go down, eh?
So what did you do on Apple? Did you tighten your stop up and then get stopped out?
Yeah. I de-risked heavily right there, basically. As soon as it popped, and popped way too fast. It's not healthy when it does that, so I'm just taking the position off. This is not profit taking. This is taking the position off, as in taking the risk off the table, not taking profits. And then my stop was at break even, which is hardly a few contracts. It was like 95% out of the position. And this just a little bit, whatever it was. So just let it be. And that's the end of that. Don't want to play with it when it behaves like this. And Microsoft got terrible as well as price action goes. The worst thing. And Meta still didn't get me. Meta's turning into my friend again.
Hey, Avi.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, you have several tickers on your screen, I guess 8, 9-ish. And you look at the 30-minute and the 1 minute. Do you actually have the 30 and the 1 minute of every ticker on your screen? Or
No, they're all on the 30-minute, and then I just switch the chart over to 1 minute when I want to. So it's like here, like I just click on 30, it shows 30, it's click on 1.
Okay.
And goes, all my charts are like that. So there's only 9 charts on my screen. That's it, not 18 charts.
So you only look at the 30-minute and then you decide, okay, that's a good picture. I'll watch the 1 minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
Yep. All right, Meta got me as well. Looks like, yeah. There we go. Hey, almost bottom to the top. That's pretty cool. This is a 30-minute trade. I know it looks like a big reversal, but it's not. It's just a retest of a breakout trade. Very, very different picture on Meta than what it looks like on a 1 minute. Whoa, all right, now I'm exhausted. Phew. I gotta say, Microsoft really bugs me the most out of everything. Meta was okay, Google's okay. Apple, there was a moment of freakishness, but Microsoft just setting up, going, not going, and eventually not going. Well, so far. Alrighty, what do we do now? Okay. Google, Meta, yeah, Meta just stopped and go. So what was the news, guys? Bearish, bullish? Everyone's happy, not happy? Home sales, anyone know anything? Spy's a mess. Tesla's doing a great big reversal, looks like. I don't know how to trade Tesla. It's not in a good place. AMD is super weak. But actually, no, sorry, wrong. Yeah, I'll show you what I see on AMD, guys. See this action here. At least on a 1 minute perspective, you have a low here. It came back, made a higher low, but it's just been sitting down there, basically setting up for a breakout. And it's sure did happen, but then it's not able to break the low of day. And now going the other way. So you know that big buyer sitting there around 113. Big player there. Oh, you might get something out of this. Anyone catch anything else? Anything worth catching?
The data was kind of mixed. I think home sales were a little up, but slightly below expectations. But consumer confidence was really bad. It's weakest since 2021. I think the market took a plunge because of that.
Oh, that's fantastic news. Thank you. I love it. Because that means if truly the market is going to behave the way it should behave to bad news, it should be a bear market, which for day trading is brilliant. More volatility, more big moves. So this is all temporary pops to the upside, possibly. I don't know, but possibly.
So
Anyway.
is Tesla long on the 1 minute right now?
Let's see. It's going up on a 1 minute. But as far as price action is concerned, I like to see a good double bottom, which this is not. The bottoms are basically in the same place. The second bottom should be higher.
Okay.
And you do have enough of a good arc in the middle. So the price action is generally pretty neat. But the fact that the bottom is, it's at the same place.
So you want the second bottom to be higher in that one.
Yeah, it shows you the buyers are stepping up more and more and more. So that's what matters.
Okay.
Yeah. Whew. I gotta say that was exhausting, man. Again, yesterday and today, both days, I'm finding the price action. At least I'm finding it hard to read, or maybe I'm just getting too heavy with the size. The first entry on Meta again today sucked, just like yesterday. It was just horrific. Then you're stuck in it. And then there was that Google problem that wouldn't liquidate. And then Apple wouldn't want to go misbehave with the news. And then Microsoft's the worst thing. So, all right, well, here you survive. Key thing is to survive. And then you can show up and trade another day.
A problem with the Meta is like, okay, such a big candles, like, okay, it's a bumping price action on Meta always.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. The spread is so bad. It's never smooth like this. You can see the red line and you see the candle. A lot of times they're not in the same place. That's just telling you there's a bad spread. Like the red line goes somewhere first, then the candle slowly catches it. That's the way DOS prints it. But DOS prints it that way because the transactions are happening fast in different places. It's not like 1 cent above the other. It's a big bad spread. You see that on like Netflix. You see that on low float stuff all day long. Watch low float stuff. You have a $5 stock or $4 stock with a 30-cent spread or a 50-cent spread. It's just, it's not even worth it. Well, of course, you catch it at the right time, Fallen Angel setups, and you catch it at $4, you sell it at $20 in 3 minutes. So it's that kind of thing. I used to trade that, and that's where I really learned about price action. Trading low floats was very much a good learning curve. And then the SPY, watching the SPY and trading the SPY like we are these days, it's a very tough one. And we have Meta, of course. We all know what this is. I might be done for the quarter. I was telling you guys yesterday, even I'm just actually quite exhausted from trading. It's been an intense quarter so far. It's only one trading day left for me, but I might not do it tomorrow. We do have the mentorship stuff in BBT. I'll show up here. I'm not sure about trading though. It's already I can feel burnout when it starts to come. I've been there before, and this is just it's been a lot of intensity for 3 months straight. So,
But Avi, you must be very happy with the quarter.
yeah, it's okay. I survived. That's the priority. Once I get that done, yes, I'm happy. Then everything else beyond that is just I'm grateful to be here. The market gives, you take, nothing else. Again, you don't know what the market's going to do after you enter. You either stop or it goes in your favor. You don't know. You don't have a clue.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. So I'm just grateful that I can come back next quarter and see if I can up the game a little bit. Maybe up the size or find a way to hold for bigger moves or catch better entries, all that stuff. It's always a work in progress. Always, always, always.
Like, Avi, do you see that the 30-minute later during the day was better trading? Like, means seems more stressful in the open, or?
You're breaking up, Jacob. You could hardly.
Can you hear me now?
little better. Yeah. What were we saying? Something about old 30-minute charts? I didn't
Yeah,
catch
like I mean, no, going back to the 30 minute later in the day, watch for the half an hour for 1 hour, and then you get to catch a longer trades. Was that less stressful compared to these days? You're going back to kind of open.
Not really, not really. I still trade late in the day. Just recently haven't. I've just been doing a lot of open trading, and then by that time it's
Oh,
late,
okay.
exhausted. I haven't changed the trade book. I can still show up and trade. I think recently it's just more burnout, more than anything else.
Mhm.
Get exhausted a lot, and all that YouTube stuff really burnt me out a bit. I think that was unusual for me.
Yeah,
You-
possibly the sleep and
Yeah, it gets late here in Dubai. It's like 10 p.m. and then the market closes
Yeah.
at midnight. Take a trade at 10, 11 p.m. You know what I'm thinking about at 10 p.m.? Not trading. Oh, come on. But still, you put on a big risk. Now you have to sit there and eat ice cream and watch the damn thing go. You can do it at night. So
That's
I'd
right.
rather not. I did too much of that, I think. I'd rather do it early. I mean, you got to think about also opportunity cost, right? You destroy your circadian rhythm, you're sleeping at time with the kids, and then their childhood only happens once.
That's
So,
right.
I'd rather be done by 6 p.m. and go away, and enjoy the night. So there's life to be led as well.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Man. I gotta say that the bigger trades have always been later in the day because the candles are smaller. You put on a bigger size and then you can leave it. So there's that. Wow, look
Sounds
at
good.
that.
Thanks, Evan.
Yeah, sure. All right, Apple. So I'm glad I got out near that top because look at this. There's no way I would have survived this after adding in 3 times I added in or something. Let's look at that Apple one. That was really wild. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 entries on Apple and one little popping out. But that's just because the price action was that way. It really wanted to hold for a push through 223. But as it got there so fast, rejected, that would have been, that was it. There's no way I was going to hold it. Even that was tricky to liquidate. If you guys watch the recording, you see me hit the button about 100 times just to get out of that position. There's not enough contract buyers out there for me to sell them to.
So, Avi, why do you need to push the button several times? Because once you push the button, it doesn't work all the time. Like it doesn't work continuously.
Well, the order is on the market. Yeah, you can see it on the screen. It's there, but it gets skipped a lot. I don't know how or why, but a lot of times I see it gets skipped. So I just keep hitting the damn thing. So it just keeps hitting the market. Eventually, it's all gone, as in the position's gone. Eventually. The market maker's job is to fill the order. They have to fill it, but if they have to figure out a way to fill it, either they got to buy it from me or they got to find a buyer for me, and on options, and you're trying to get out of 1,000 contracts in half a second. It's a lot of money, man. 1,000 contracts, equivalent of 100,000 shares. It's quite a bit. Now, taking 100,000 shares on Apple would not be a big deal, liquidity-wise. But 1,000 contracts, the equivalent on the contract side on options, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Now I think there's liquidity problems. You saw that even on Google. Like, what was it? 700 contracts, and it's Google. It's a massive company.
Yeah.
But it's still a problem. So futures might be the next thing to do, and then it has to be SPY and NQ. There's no other way. I'm beginning to see the problems here. This quarter, this is one of the problems I've observed with options. It's liquidity.
Equity futures is probably coming sometime soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Like on every equity that you're talking about, like on every stock?
Definitely, probably all the Mag 7.
Yeah.
Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, probably all those.
Yeah, I like that. I'll take that. You don't get all the Greeks, but the Greeks are not the most important thing when I trade options. I can forfeit that. For me, the most important thing is buying power efficiency, and that's why I'm doing options. And if we can get that with the equity futures, that would be super. I'll take that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about it, and then the 24-hour trading coming in. So
yeah, that will mess me up, man. Shit, I already trade at night. Shit. Let's hope that doesn't happen, huh? Kind of get into the rhythm here with what time you show up and what time you're done, and then.
Yeah, I agree.
Then you can trade in the day.
I don't want to trade in the day. You know what I'll be doing? I'll be addicted to trading. It'll become a problem. It's a problem, man. Oh shit! It becomes like the forex market, and even the forex market, even it's 24 hours. But then there's timings. There's a European session, the North America session, the banks open, and stuff like that. So you'll still find, even crypto, you find at 9:30 New York opens and therefore that's when the crypto stuff starts to move, same thing. It'll probably be like that for a while.
Have you ever traded Forex?
No, I've looked at it. I never traded Forex or commodities. There's a lot to learn there. That's a very crazy world. Forex, man. Talk about buying power efficiency. You get like 200 to 1 margin compared to the 4 to 1 that we get with trading equities and stuff. So
I know some traders who swear by Forex. They've been doing it all their life, and that's all they understand.
There's arbitrage opportunities, and these guys who have been in it for so long, they know where it is. They know which exchange you can buy it cheaper and just immediately sell it on the other exchange, and you get that little bit of a gap, and that's enough. With that enormous leverage, a lot of bankers do this all the time. So it's intense, man. It's wild. But I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I can't figure that out. Let's see. I don't know. That's one other place to go as well. Forex. Commodities futures is interesting. Like if you're trading futures, just stick to SPY and NQ. I don't need much else. I did SPY futures for a bit. What was dangerous about SPY futures is you can trade it in the pre-market. And I did that. And it's dangerous because in the pre-market, you can't put stops and you have to sit there and watch it. And that became really painful. You can see here, even 1 minute into the trade, I'm trying to put a stop in quickly so I don't have to watch it. So avoid trading when the market's closed. Even though the biggest moves do happen when the market's closed. And therefore, you have opportunities with position trading, swing trading. That's all that stuff. Look at this on Apple. Where I got out, it's pretty much sitting there now, 223. It got there. It looked like it's going to go. It may still go. I don't know. I'm just glad I got out.
Where were your initial stops on Apple and Meta?
On Apple, it was, let's see, the initial entry, and then the stop was down here. I think it was down here. Then when I added, I don't know where I put it. I think it was not even full size yet. It was about here. And we get these higher lows. I'm always moving the stops in. So it was down here for a while, I think. Then I added further, and this little add, it was right here. And I'm just waiting for it to pop, and basically stops pretty much below the level. I would not have survived this pullback. So it's at this point, when I'm taking this last ad, I'm like, that's it. As soon as it pops to 223, I'm getting out. I'm going to start pushing the button.
Okay.
And the more it didn't go through 223, and you could see this, and look at the recording, you see it, and then within a second, you can tell it's not going to go through. It gets there, and it's just immediately pushed down. So I'm hitting the button 1,000 times because there was 1,000 contracts. So I want to get out of this. I'm not going to survive even a penny of a pullback. So out quickly, and then a tiny piece left at break even. That was it. I was really, hoping to get this to the next level through 223, but this activity is a mess. Again, this is not a successful trade. This is just de-risking, putting on the risk and then taking it off when it's not worth keeping the risk on. That's all I did with this one. Meta was different. Meta actually did work, at least to the initial target. And then I was waiting to get back in later, which hasn't happened.
And where was your stop in Meta initially?
Meta, let's look at it. I took a big retest on Meta. So I got the entry somewhere down here, and the stop was below. And as it went, and I think it was this breakout, once it finally broke this area, then my stop was here, which basically made it break even and moving into 630. From 630 and up, I was ready to take partials, take profits.
And if you talk about aiming for a risk reward of 1 to 5,
yeah. So
so
the entry down in this area with the stop below, and you're looking for like going up to the 630 zone, 631. So that is about 5 to 1. It's just so difficult to hold, such a mess. I had to take it off. It was not going through 630. So I really took a big chunk off there. But also the risk is there, and then I'm minimizing the risk. So it's more dynamic. So I might start with a 5 to 1 to begin with, but then I tighten it up before even taking partials. And in this case, then it becomes something like 10 to 1. So you can make it dynamic. And I'm always trying to do that, trying to extend my reward. On Apple, I did it today in a different way where I didn't remove the risk. I just kept the risk on. So as it went in my favor, I just kept tightening the stop as well as putting on the size. So the number of dollars at risk didn't really change, while the target also didn't change. But it's just the size that changed. Just got bigger and bigger and bigger size as it goes towards the target. Then, unfortunately, just had to take it off because it wouldn't go. So it's a bit more dynamic than than the simplicity of when we talk about it in webinars and stuff. You can see in the way I execute it, I'm always trying to minimize the risk as the first number one thing. Reward is the second thing. If I'm happy with the risk at the minimal level, now I can move on and see if I can hold for a bigger reward. So one thing at a time.
And can I ask you something about the 30-minute now that you have Meta open?
Yeah, sure.
So you took the trade when it retested the 620-ish level, 621.
Yeah. So this is really interesting. As you can see, it was bullish, and then this is a big consolidation. That's how I see it. It had that ABCD, and this is the D area, and it did break out in the pre-market. It did the retest, and did the retest again. At first, I was looking at a smaller ABCD up here, so I took the bounce off of the open right there, but that stopped out and went down. And then when I identified this whole area, which is basically yesterday's high zone, and it just retested beautifully, near perfect. It's the bottom of the 8 a.m. candle too. So in a bigger perspective. And this thing, I mean, this retest, this should go, really go. And here's a measured move. You want to look at this, guys? Take a look. You have this big move, right? This was, let's say, 605. What's the top here? 622. How many dollars is that? $17? And then you anticipate the second leg, $17 more. Depends where you take it from, but yeah, that's like, so started from these buyers here to be conservative. 612, add $17. Where do you end up? Gosh, my math is terrible. What's 612 plus 17? Anyone got it?
29.
635?
29.
29. Oh, there we are. Look at that. 629, just about.
And
measured
when you took the retest of 621, it was actually a red candle. Is the thought behind it? Is it okay? You saw before that it was resistant yesterday. Then in the pre-market, it broke through and it retested, and then you automatically assume that okay, it was retested before, so it will be, or I can assume that it will be support again until it shows.
Yeah, pretty much breakout retest, and it is red. And on the 30-minute chart, I'm watching it come down. It's all red. As soon as I start to see the red candle bounce and just beginning to make a little wick down there, and I see the structure, the bigger structure, I'm beginning to think, okay, it went up, it broke out, now it's likely to retest. It happens very commonly. So I'm thinking, wait a sec, let me see if this is going to be a retest. It could end up being a very bullish thing, right? So that's when I go into the 1 minute, and I saw this on the 1 minute. This thing was putting in big wicks and then a big bullish candle. And this is almost an engulfing candle, almost. It's strange how Meta works. So right after that, the new high is the entry, the stop below it, and then you have enough in it. And as we saw, measured move, 629 was the target, 630. No, it's right in that zone. Look what it did. I mean, no matter how you calculate it, you find the same levels. Put cams are probably on the same levels.
You wouldn't have taken it if you didn't see the wicks or the bullish candle below.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I need to see conviction on both levels, right? Firstly, on the 30-minute, you saw that it did a breakout, and then I'm always looking for retest, right? So as soon as it starts making a wick on that 30-minute, I can begin to think, hey, it might retest, maybe. But then on the 1 minute also, the whole conviction on these three candles was pretty good, as in wick, 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 and then the big bullish one. All right, and that just engulfed the previous one too, so off you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Sure. So yeah, there's fractal patterns for you. Tesla, look at that. Who caught that? And this is where I actually trade these things. I wouldn't have taken the reversal, but I take a continuation of the reversal. I take this late in the day a lot of times. An ABCD at a level, the reversal's happening without me. But no big deal. If you know it's a reversal, you're convinced it's not really at the opening range yet, which is basically the next level up. There's a long over there. Oh, man, I'm beginning to like the SPY as well. Let's see. I don't think I should trade anymore. I'm actually pretty beat. I'm done for the quarter. I really am. You can see that big consolidation just pushed down, now consolidating again. Let's see how it looks on the 1 minute. Yeah, it's got to get up there and truly consolidate, break that opening range along with the zone. I mean, all that stuff happens, then it's all bullish after that. Whew. All right.
Good morning, Avi.
Morning. How you doing?
Everything good, Avi? Avi, I have a question regarding time frames. I've been exploring the 5 minute candles, which I see is more accurate in the pattern, and maybe that gives for me better win rate. But the RVR is less much less as when you use the 1 minute candle or the 2 minute candle.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? How to manage that situation?
I think it's a very good point. I think the 5 minute candles are much better patterns to your eyes. You're able to see it. That's the key. You just said that. Doesn't mean that they're better chart patterns. It means you perceive it better rather than 60-minute. Like I can't even look at a 60-minute chart. It makes no sense to me. But a lot of people use it, for example. So firstly, that's a good sign. That's a very good thing. Now the RVR side, yeah, that gets tricky with these bigger time frames. That's why I trade on the 1 minute more. What you can do is, again, go with dynamic RVR is what I'm doing. So get into your position, and you've seen me trail the price. I've done that quite a bit. What you can do is as you enter, I'll show you on Apple here. So as you, and let's say if this is a 5 minute chart, as you enter the trade and you're adding more as it goes in your favor, keep bringing your stop in tighter. As you see the action going in your favor, keep bringing the stop in tighter. You can even add if you like, but the more you bring the stop in tighter, the better your RVR gets, right? The risk gets lower in relation to the reward. So you might start with a 3-to-1 or 2-to-1, but by the time it actually goes to your target, you've been minimizing it. It's even like 0-to-1, as in there's no risk anymore. It's at break even. If you look at Meta, that's what I did. By the time I took my profits there, it was already better than break even, my stop loss. Right? There was no risk. Talk about no risk RVR. You can do that. So try those things. Those are ways to do it. So start your position and then bring the stop tighter and tighter. Once you get good at bringing the stop in tighter, then you can get into a place where you start adding into the positions. Take a look at that. That could help.
Okay. Thank you, Avi.
Yep, sure.
Hey, Avi, are you using a trailing stop while doing it?
A manually trailing stop. Yeah, I'm not doing it with any sort of hotkey or script or moving average or something like that. There are scripts for that. I'm not in DOS though. I think I don't even know how these things work. I really don't know. There's a lot of people do a lot of different things on different platforms. But I'm watching the price action. You know how I do things, right? I just watch the candlesticks. I don't care about anything else. All the other stuff to me is just complicated, and I don't want to know about it. So, all right, let's get these screenshots out there. And I've really got to go pack my luggage today. Snowboard time. What was the other one? Apple.
This week, Thursday and Friday, you won't be there, right?
Yeah, and I'm traveling Thursday morning, so no trading on Thursday or Friday. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be with you guys. I don't know if I'll be able to trade. I'm really feeling the burnout. I was already feeling it last week, and I was telling you guys yesterday. And today, I don't know if I can handle one more day like this where it's difficult. I might just break down, and I don't want to put myself in that position. So I'm really feeling it's time for that break. And for me, my breaks are every couple of months, every quarter, let's say. The last break was truly December. Before that, it was Colombia. Well, not really a break. I can't say I took a break from trading. I'm going to treat this whole Whistler thing, Vancouver Whistler thing, as a break from trading. Let's see, come back refreshed. And then again, be able to, focus. So that's important. That's healthy. I think it's always good. And you can always review material. You can look at your journals, your trades, videos, whatever's on your mind. You can do all that stuff. That's important. That's how you refresh yourself. Cool. Let me get these screenshots out there. Just a moment, guys.
Order cancelled.
Avi, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just watching these charts. They're freaking me out. Go ahead.
Okay, it's a technical question. Is in your order template, you make an order for the option and then you stop order and then there's a market that market price, but I couldn't get it. I don't know why. Something is wrong. Do you know how to set it up? I took it from yours, but I couldn't able to get it yet.
Well, let's look at the settings here. You guys can't see it. Oh man. All right. Order template. So I'm looking at order template. I've got, what have I got? What is this? Gosh, this stuff I don't know anything about. It's not even sharing on my screen for some reason. Global default exchange option. Okay, options. So on the options, where it says the exchange, you can click on, there's a drop down menu where you pick the NASDAQ or futures. I just have options. So try that. The exchange that it is the default exchange that I guess it sends your orders to is the options market. At least try that. I don't know. That's what I've got here. It might make sense.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, sure. What else on your mind, guys? I think I'm pretty much down here. Don't have anything on my mind except these crazy Apple and Meta charts. Look at Apple eventually just straight to the target. Boom. I just couldn't survive it. That's one of the dangers of adding in. You see the adding in, there was no way to survive this little pullback that happened right with that news. There was no way. After putting it on at 1,000 contracts, the risk is something like 20K, or I don't even know. Ideally it goes, but anyways, this was tough. One of those. There it goes now the other way. Damn thing. Whoa. Now we're having a bearish market. All right, everyone good? Anyone last questions for now? Otherwise, we'll come back tomorrow, do it all again.
Yeah,
Good.
buddy. Appreciate you.
Cool, man. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks, Avi.
Cool.
Thanks, Avi. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Cool, guys.
Thank you.
Take it easy. I'll see you all tomorrow, and take it easy.
Good night.
See ya.